The Demon Slayer Infinity Castle movie is making people piss and shit themselves, literally. I don't know why this is happening, but in a few theaters all over the country, there has been a few instances where some of the patrons at these movie theaters are shitting their pants. And I think the most recent one that's catching a lot of people's eye right now is the one where a man decided to pull out the total concentration water breathing 12th form and started pissing all over the theater while the movie was going on. Now, this movie is really cool. There's a lot of insane fight scenes. It is probably one of the most anticipated anime movies to ever hit the box office, and I liked it. I think a lot of people really liked it. There's a lot of great fight scenes, a lot of character development here. It is overall a pretty good movie, but I don't think it got to the point where I was losing all bodily function because it was so good that it broke me. Now, I'm not gonna play any clips from these things. There's a ton of viral videos online about it. I just don't want Crunchyroll coming after my ass and blasting me with that nice big copyright strike. But this is a pretty sick act, especially in this movie, because with there being a lot of adults watching this movie and a lot of die-hard fans, there's also a lot of kids watching this movie. Even when I went to go watch the movie, I saw a lot of, little kids cosplaying as Nezuko or Shinobu, just having a blast with their family, like family cosplays, all that stuff. It's a very big movie with a very large demographic that includes a younger audience. Now, I'm just gonna add a little bit of a spoiler warning in case you haven't seen the movie yet. I encourage you to go see it first before you see this, and I don't want to, spoil anyone, so go check that out. Now, this is just a still shot from the videos going on right now, but the man on the left is being arrested because he is the perpetrator that started spraying everywhere because I guess he couldn't hold it, or he was probably drunk. I can see a bar in that theater, so he's probably had one too many drinks. And with a 2.5-hour movie like Demon Slayer, I am pretty sure it would be hard for a man who is drunk to be able to hold his bladder for the whole time, so that way he didn't miss any bit of the movie. Now, after the incident happened, he was getting pummeled by almost everyone in that theater. And the funniest thing that I think is the cherry on top is that when I watched the video, this was all happening during Zenitsu's fight. So you just see all these theater patrons coming up to this guy and just wailing on him left and right, not leaving him any room to breathe. And you just hear Zenitsu's fight theme, and you see all the fight sequence in the background. It's like all this epic music. It's honestly fucking hilarious. I don't think it's funny for what happened to the children in this theater who were exposed to this kind of thing, but I think it's just poetic seeing the stuff that was happening in the background go in place with the timing of this movie. Now, I've had my fair share of experience with people in the theaters. I worked at a movie theater for 7 years, and I've seen a lot of crazy shit. I've seen everything from people shitting on the floor to people fucking in the theaters. It happens way more often than you would probably think. It makes me really glad that when I went to go watch this movie, it was like the first showtime of the day, like in the afternoon, so people were still in school and I was able to enjoy my theater time just in a bit of more of a quiet theater, so I didn't have to deal with any of the people screaming or cheering or doing some crazy shit later on, because that's what I go for a movie for. I don't really go for the whole shebang of people screaming all over the place. That's kind of why I never went to go see the Minecraft movie. Everyone just screaming chicken jockey or any of that shit. It's a distraction, and I paid to go watch a movie. But never in my life as an anime fan would I ever expected grown men watching an anime fight scene and losing control of their body to where they just start pissing all over the place. And this is just the first movie out of 3. I don't know what the hell's gonna be awaiting for the next 2, especially with the finale, because if the Zenitsu fight was making people do this, what do you think is gonna happen in the Muzan fight when Tanjiro and him go head to head and they just start going crazy on each other? I don't know if people are gonna start like climbing the walls or ascending to godhood. I don't know what the hell's gonna happen, but it's got me intrigued. I'm curious to see what these next 2 movies are gonna be like and maybe the kind of feedback that we'll get from it. But overall, this is a pretty sick act. The man did get arrested and all these, and I think all the people in that theater got either refunded or moved to a different theater, but justice was served as the Peeman Slayer himself got arrested. And there was another one that a lot of people were talking about right now. It didn't get as much coverage as this one, but there was also an instance where a man shit his pants, and a lot of these people knew that he did it and started beating on him as well in the same Zenitsu fight. So the movie is doing some wacky things. Yeah, let me know what y'all think. I thought it was a pretty wacky story, but yeah, other than that, that's pretty much it for me today. Thank you for watching. Hope y'all enjoyed. I'll talk to you later. See ya.